Hey guys, I'm the Gene here. I just got some holes drilled in my GoPro. It's not an actual GoPro, it's a GoPro wannabe, but whatever. I got some drills holding to the case because, you know, with GoPros and Sony action cams and other cameras. Oh, look at this dock. With action cams, with action cameras, they all seem to, you can put them in a waterproof case, it's airtight, and then when the camera's cold and then it heats up in an airtight environment, it creates like humidity, fog, moisture. So yeah, pretty much with all my action cameras that I own, the only way you can use them for longer than 10 minutes at a time is by drilling holes in them. Otherwise the lens becomes all foggy. The bike got pretty low on that bend. It wasn't even like a turn. It was just a slight bend in the road, and I probably could have got my knee down if I'd stuck it out far enough, but that's kind of cheating. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna make this video about the topic of religion because I've been posting some kind of like atheist posts recently. And here's the thing, I'm not an atheist. I'm not an atheist. I believe that there's more to it than just what we can see. Like, I believe that there is something after death. Let's put it that way. I believe in ghosts. I believe in supernatural occurrences. I believe in those things because I've experienced them myself. I've experienced at least 3 different ones. You know, you're not going to believe me if I talk about them. So there's like this. If you're someone who doesn't believe, then it doesn't matter what I'm going to say. You're not going to believe. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, I don't believe in the supernatural, and then I'm going to tell you about a story about the supernatural, and then you're going to say, oh, actually, I believe now. No, you're just not going to. And that's the thing, you know. Unless it's happened to you personally, you're never going to believe. But yeah, I've seen examples. Okay, I've told these stories in other places. There's one story I don't think I've ever told on YouTube because I know there's no one's gonna believe it. But I teleported once, just like in the movie. What's that movie called? Jumpers or something. I literally was in danger. I was going to die, and I literally. Whoop! Fuck! There was a speed camera right there, and I went by it doing 30 over. Which is slow because I was just doing like a nice slow pace because I'm chatting with you guys. It's just crazy, man. Speed limits and what the actual speed. Speed limits were a joke. Anyways, yeah. Just, you know, whatever. I know you don't believe me, so I'm not even gonna bother going into detail. But that's it. You know, I teleported once, and you guys all think I'm lying, so fine. That's fine. I'm not even gonna try to change your mind. Other things I've seen is I've seen healings. Like I've seen someone. Well, to be perfectly honest, I just missed it. But there was no reason in that situation for anyone to lie about it. What had happened was there was a kid, like a 12-year-old kid, who broke his ankle, and someone like laid hands on him. They put their hands on him and they prayed, and it healed instantly. And it was like. It was swollen, it was like purple and swollen, and it went to perfectly normal looking. Like, it went from perfectly normal to broken, swollen and it swelled up and got all purple within minutes, and then someone prayed on it, and then it was instantly fine. And I did not see it happen, so it is possible that this one is false, but I showed up like literally minutes afterwards, and everyone was talking about it, and I talked to the kid, and you know, like there's 2 possibilities. One is that everyone on the beach decided to fake a kid breaking his ankle just so they could pretend to heal it, and these are all like good Christian folk, you know, they're all like moral. It was like a Bible camp, and it was a bunch of kids on the beach, and yeah. So they're all like good people. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do drugs, they don't whatever. And then yeah, and then this happened. So there's only two possibilities. One is it was just a giant conspiracy to fake one single healing, or it actually happened. And it doesn't seem to add up that they would all just, like, how would you even organize that? Okay, today when we go to the beach, we're all going to pretend that so-and-so broke his ankle, and then we're going to pretend that this guy over here heals it, and we're just going to lie about it, you know? Like, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing you would do. You know, like, if it was a pastor, like if it was like a pastor and one other person that were alone in a room, and then they said something, and then sure, yeah, I believe that could easily be made up, but not like a whole beach. How do you get everyone on a beach to go in on the same lie and not have one person like rat you out? Not only that, these people are people that already believe in God and Jesus and whatnot. So doing this would make all those people lose their faith, and all the other people at the camp believe too. So it's not like faking the incident would help their cause. You know what I mean? He would make a bunch of people like not believe and realize that everyone's a liar there. And the other people that already believe, it's not going to make them believe much more. They're just going to be like, oh, cool, a healing. That's, and that they already believed to begin with. So it's not going to change their mind about anything. You know what I mean? So I don't see the logic in lying about it. So therefore, I kind of got to think that it actually happened. And as I've said, I've seen other miracles. And then the other miracle, off the top of my head, and I've had a lot of spiritual encounters. I've seen ghosts. I've seen ghosts that have like been in my room, made noises loud enough for other people in my house to hear. So like that proved to me that it wasn't my imagination. I've met many people in my life, like girlfriends and just friends, that have had spiritual encounters that they've discussed with me, and they're not lying. They're not making it up. These are people that I know, that I had a relationship. They were I was honest with them. They were honest with me. They're not just gonna make up a fictional story, like a complex fictional story for the heck of it. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. The short of it is, I've seen, heard about, and believe enough spiritual things, unexplainable events, to believe that there's more to this world than what we can just see, touch, and feel. Yeah, but I don't know how much more. I don't know exactly what it is, But there's a Ricky Gervais. He has a quote that I shared recently on Facebook, and it was, currently there's about 3,000 different gods in the world that people worship. But yours is the right one, yours is correct, and everyone else is just silly make-believe superstition. And he's being sarcastic, of course, because he's saying out of 3,000 gods, what makes you so sure that yours is right and the other 2,999 are just silly foolishness? And that's what we think, I used to be a Christian, and that's what I thought for sure. Like when you see like an Indian god, like with the head of an elephant and shit, you just think to yourself, man, how could they believe in that? How could they be so silly as to believe in some elephant god? Silly pagans. They're so silly. But meanwhile, they think the exact same thing when they look at you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter which god you believe in. There's still people that worship the 2,999 other gods that are going to think you're just an idiot. And just because more people believe in your God than another God, that's definitely not a reason to that doesn't add validity to your claim. What am I doing? I'm doing a 2-point turn, which is something that scooters have to do and motorcycles don't. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. It doesn't. So I don't really. I believe in spiritualness. I believe that there is something after this life, but I don't believe in religion. Like I believe that religions are false in general. I think if I had to choose a religion, like if someone made me, I'd probably go with Buddhism, because Buddhism is it's pretty much the only religion that just advocates goodness, like true, and not just goodness for yourself, but goodness for everything. Goodness for animals, goodness for health. Like, if you're a Buddhist and you follow a Buddhist diet, like, you're eating healthy. If you're a Buddhist, you believe in treating all animals well, you know? If you're a Christian book just says, yeah, you know, God, animals are put on this earth to serve you. They don't have souls. Kill them. Do whatever you want. You can go. You know, do whatever. You can torture them. It doesn't matter. They don't have a soul. It's not really a sin to torture an animal. You know, it doesn't say that. It does say they don't have souls. So therefore, with that logic, you know, if you were torturing an animal, it wouldn't really be a sin because it's a soulless thing. It's not an actual being. You know. Which is obviously bullshit, you know, one of the many things that are bullshit about the Bible. So, yeah. So I think this is going to be for my Patreon because I have a lot of Christian friends and I don't necessarily want to get into this on my YouTube channel. And I have a lot of respect for it, but that's the thing too, I have a lot of respect. I used to be heavily involved with the church. I used to be heavily involved. I wasn't just a Christian. I wasn't just some guy that went to church. I was a guy that practiced celibacy. Like, girls were offering it up to me all the time because, hey, you know, I'm me, and I was shooting them down. I'm celibate. I'm saving myself for marriage. I used to go and witness like Mormons do. I didn't go door to door, but I used to go out with my Christian friends, and we'd like play guitar and sing Christian songs, and we'd hand out pamphlets on the street. Like, I used to do all that shit. I was fully into it. And I was a very, like, speaking past tense, I was a very good Christian. I didn't lie. I never lied at all. I didn't steal. Well, not steal is obvious. I'm an idiot. I didn't lie. I didn't swear. I never swore while I was Christian. I didn't, you know, like, I was very, I just, every single day, every minute of every day, I tried to live my life as Christ would. You know, that was the definition of, like, you get people nowadays that are like, you know, they're sleeping around, they're swearing, they're doing this, they're doing that, and then they still have the nerve to say, yeah, I'm Christian. And it's just like, no, you're not. You're just some guy who goes to church. You're not, you know, like, and I shouldn't judge them, obviously, you know, like, glass house, cast the first stone, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, it's, you know, whatever. It's a joke. It's the same thing, you know, like, it's like Catholics. They're like the biggest, they're the biggest joke of a religion in existence. Like, Catholics are the least religious people around. And then they're just like, yeah, I'm Catholic. Well, actually, that's not true. Jewish are probably the least religious people. I know a lot of Jewish people. Well, I know some Jewish people, and they go to, you know, what's it called? You know, the Jewish church. What's it called? With the rabbis? It's synagogue. They go to synagogue on the weekend, and it's all about social. Like, did you know that in a Jewish church, Jewish synagogue, you have to pay. Your seat is determined by how much you donate. So the people that sit at the front are all the rich people, and then the further back you sit is like the poorer you are, and the people that sit at the very back of a synagogue are like the people that donate the least, or the people that don't donate. Like, they have like, so when you walk into a synagogue, a Jewish synagogue, you can see everyone's divided by wealth. Like, that's how fucked up it is. And it's like a social club. They go there to create connections with the Jewish community, and you know, and you make friends with the rich ones, and then when your kid needs a job, you can go to them because you know them from synagogue. It's all just about, like, it's literally just it's a place for, like, it's like entrepreneur. It's an entrepreneur meeting. It's a meeting for business like-minded individuals. It's not even like yeah, and rabbis are, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, rabbis can, like, have sex before marriage, can't they? They can, like, date and shit. Like, they're not even spiritual. Yeah, and I'm not saying that you have to not have sex to be spiritual, but you know what I mean. Like, compared to other religions and other pastors and priests and whatnot, that the rabbis, they can just do whatever they want. Yeah, and like the whole Jewish religion, they follow the Old Testament, and if you read, the Old Testament is worse than the Quran. It's completely fucked up. It tells you, like, if you rape your friend's daughter, you should give him, like, X amount of chickens or whatever. Like, it has rules for, like, if you rape a chick, just give her dad, like, 6 chickens, and then you're good with God if you do that. It's just the most fucked up, retarded book ever, the Old Testament. And that's what their religion still follows. But you know, their rabbis have the magical power to change the rules as time goes on. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, so that's religion. Hope I didn't offend anybody. Just just my opinions. Don't hate me for it.